What's something that people think makes them look cool but actually has the opposite effect? When people play their music loud at the gas pumps. I recently saw a woman leave her toddler in the car with the crappy music blasting to the point that it was uncomfortable and unpleasant for everyone else pumping gas, while she went into the store. Felt bad for that child. Having a phone conversation on a loudspeaker in public. We get it, negative attention is also attention, but taking over a public space with your edginess is just being an a-hole. My parents have recently discovered speakerphone and refuse to believe there is such a thing as speakerphone etiquette. I'll be talking to them and all of a sudden I'll hear, "So do we know what we want to order?" And I realize they've been holding this entire conversation on speakerphone in a restaurant surrounded by people trying to enjoy their dinner. Kids bragging about their parents' wealth and success. One-upping and putting other people down to make yourself look good. Rife in white-collar jobs. I despise people who do it. Yeah, hate it when people do it to look good. They should just act normal and put people down to feel good. Crying in corner. "Oh you, dude, what's wrong?" "Me, sniff, my grandma died." "Oh you," puts hand on shoulder, "Dude, both my grandmas are dead." Shitting on things other people like. We all have stuff we don't like, but if you spend all your time putting down everything a person is interested in, you don't look cool or edgy. You look like a dick with no interests. And often it's preceded by the question, "Am I the only person?" As though the dislike makes them special. I'm not sure if this is just an Australian thing, but people who rev their cars' motorbikes really loud, and it's usually quite late at night while most people are trying to sleep. Guess it's a thing worldwide. Yeah, assholism isn't country specific. Never admitting when you're wrong. It may seem like a confidence power play, however, most people just don't care enough about you to say anything or indicate that they noticed. They'll just slowly drift away from you till one day you're all alone wondering why no one with any level of competence wants to hang out work with you. Hating all genres of music except the one they like. I learned this the hard way by only liking heavy metal and shitting on all other music without giving a chance as a teen. Metal's still my favorite, but all genres have good music. Honestly, I've seen far more elitism in the metal community than any other music genre I've been involved in. It's a shame because metalheads are usually some of the most chilled, open-minded people you could find until you start talking about music. Being into zodiac signs and using them as an excuse for any of their unlikable behavior. Did you see how I snapped on that waiter? I'm sorry, but Mercury is in retrograde and this Cancer doesn't have time for his shit. I don't put much stock in horoscopes, because I'm a Scorpio and we're naturally skeptical. My husband just got his hair cut into a fucking mullet, so there's that. He really likes it. I am not quite a fan, but if it makes him happy I will keep my complaints semi-anonymous and on Reddit. If he drives a 70s Trans Am, your husband is just badass. I unironically like wearing fingerless gloves. For actual tasks, not just out and about. When people ask me why I wear them I tell them it's because I'm so cool. I'm not exactly certain how uncool they make me, but I know it's a lot. I like the fingerless gloves with finger flaps. Straight up fingerless means my fingertips die a little, but I still want to be able to do finger activities inside without taking my gloves off. Finger activities. Grown women who use baby talk to other adults in normal conversation. No, you are not cute or cool or whatever the hell you think you are, weirdo. You would hate Korea. We don't like it too, unless they're very cute. And even then, we like them for how cute they look, not the way they talk. Being a-holes without a reason. I really hate that this is me. From a young age I've always been an a-hole to pretty much all of my friends, and now as I'm getting older I'm realizing how much of an a-hole I am and I really hate it. And a lot of the time I really try to stop, but it's become so much of a habit that it's really hard. I know that it could be adolescence, and I've always struggled with dealing with my emotions. I compress them a lot and let them all out at once and become a complete mess, especially anger because I lash out at things almost instantaneously. I really hate it, and I'm aware of it, it's just really hard to stop. Being self-aware is the first step to self-improvement. You're on the right path. What's the next step? 1. Realizing it. 2. Noticing it happening while it's happening. 3. Realizing what's happening right before it happens, or what makes you do it. 4. Make effort to prevent scenarios that make you do it. Short term. 5. Be able to realize a scenario is about to happen is happening, and make what type of response you want to make, or even attempt to make a response so ideal you wouldn't even believe it coming out of your mouth. 6. Repeat step 5 until it's second nature, just who you are now. Help me stop being constantly negative all the time. Bragging about not reading. How much they can drink before passing out. Wow. Man or a woman, fucking applause to you. Great achievement. I'm glad that I get drunk fast because it saves me money. I was trying to explain to someone why I gave up coffee. I was addicted and I had started to suffer from insomnia. If I went too long, maybe like an hour or two, without one, I would begin to shake and migraines would set in. Basically just normal effects of overdoing caffeine. She asked me how many I was having, and basically tried to turn it into this competition of, "Oh, I drink more coffee than you. OMG, I'm so quirky and sleep deprived, haha." Stop turning bad habits and other people's issues into a competition of how badly you treat your body. It doesn't make you cool. I work in a coffee shop, so many customers love to weirdly brag about how much coffee they drink in a day and how badly they need caffeine to function. Haha, yeah, throw an extra shot in there for me, that's nothing. I can drink 5 of those in a day. You wouldn't believe how much caffeine I take, haha. Yeah, that's not cool or anything, Karen, you have a legitimate problem. People who come out with life lessons and quotes. They think they are so profound and deep, but I think they come off as big-headed and stupid. My ex puts his own quotes in his Facebook profile picture every month, including the date he said it. It's one of the cringiest things I've seen. He's doing a PhD in philosophy. I study philosophy, and it's where I've met some of the most arrogant men in my life. One once lent me a book with poems by T.S. Eliot, and it was full of his handwritten notes correcting some of Eliot's poems with better suited words. I couldn't believe my eyes. Bragging about how smart you are to other people. Having a side chick girl guy. Especially in some Instagram comedy cringe sketches where it's relatable jokes. No, it's not funny or cool to cheat on your significant other, you're trash. Boasting about having psychiatric issues. To clarify, bragging about self-diagnosed ones, or pretending to have mental issues. People literally brag about their depression like they're talking about their phone. New features like, well, my depressions comes with self-hatred and no motivation. God, I hate the romanticization of mental illness, and especially depression, since I have chronic and long-term MDD. There's nothing cool or cute about having to live with an invisible illness that society doesn't understand and treats it like, well, we all get depressed at one point. Bragging about accomplishments, no matter how little, is fine though. I'm sure people disagree, but whatever. Judging random people and making fun of the less fortunate. No, you're not cool, you're a douche. When you try to play it cool by not immediately answering the texts of someone you're interested in, just makes you look uninterested. Okay, I used to not get this, but when you text someone and they take 30 minutes to respond, it always feels weird responding 10 seconds later. I actually got put down by a Tinder match for my quick responses. I mean, I'm right next to my phone. Why should I have to make power moves with someone I'm interested in? For me, it's wearing ridiculously expensive shoes, clothing, especially when I know you really can't afford it. I like quality apparel as much as the next person, but there's a point where $350 sneakers are just ridiculous. I had a friend that thought I was crazy for buying a $1,500 TV. I told her, last year you spent $800 on a necklace that I have seen you wear twice. I use my TV every day. If it's something you use daily, or really enjoy using, go ahead and spend big. Posting photos of cash on social media. I always think it is funny how doing that is commonly accepted, whereas if you screenshotted your bank account or net worth, you'd be an a-hole. Being the girl with male best friends who is not like other girls. I don't like female drama. Like, okay, Bethany, we get it. You view women as competition, just say so and move on. I'm on a bus full of idiots, and most of the conversations I hear anymore is how people will try to get into a relationship just for sex. The target usually being called horrible things, like bitch. I also hear things such as people bragging about how bad they are, and how many felonies they have and how much of a total fucking cunt they are. One thing I don't get is people bragging about how manipulative they are. Like, okay? Good job, now I trust you even less. This makes me sad. Yesterday, while waiting for the bus, I overheard a group of 4 to 5 kids hanging out. Looked like maybe they all knew this one kid and not each other. They were all being awkward and not talking, just looking at their phones. Then this other kid looked up and kinda shyly asked, "Wanna see an awesome trampoline trick I did?" and shows this video on his phone. They all start freaking out, asking him questions, comparing trampoline strategies. And it was just so wholesome to see some teenagers geeking out over a trampoline. Smoking. Vaping as well. Whenever I see a big-ass cloud coming out of someone's car at a light, I can't help but think, douche. And then I hit my vape. Bragging about how little sleep they're getting, how many all-nighters they've pulled, how busy they are, etc., mostly in a school setting. 1. You need to manage your time better. 2. You need to take care of yourself. 3. Everyone has different sleep needs in terms of timing and length. Duck faces. Anyone else scrolling through the comments to see if they do any of the things people put down? What's something people think looks cool but really doesn't? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.